Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Amy. Today's topic is one that was particularly painful as we got further into it for the inmates who I worked with in prison. Today we're going to start to discuss what it means to act like a man. You might think that this is just a topic for men, but it is not. For anyone who is a parent, we raise our children with ideas about what it means to be a man or to be a woman. And some of these messages can be very damaging. Now, because a majority of sex offenders are men, I'm going to focus today on the messages we give, sometimes without meaning to men and boys. A lot of times people say to boys, grow up, act like a man. What did you learn as a boy about what it means to act like a man? Think about some of the adult men in your life when you were a child and the messages that they gave you. There are things that men are told that they should do, and there are messages that men are also given about who they should be. Men are told things like, men yell at people, have no emotions, get good grades, stand up for themselves, don't cry, don't make mistakes, know everything about sex. Men take care of people, they don't back down, they push people around and they can take it. And they also say that men are aggressive, responsible, mean, bullies, tough, angry, successful, strong, in control, active, and dominant over women. Those are just some of the things and some of the messages that boys are given. As a young boy, you may have been told that you need to live inside this box, all right? And you're supposed to do it 24/7. When you try and step outside the box, when you don't act strong enough or you don't act tough enough, you often get called names. Or you may have, in the past, especially growing up, heard other people called names, which reminded you to stay in that box. If you were called or heard others called a girl, a wimp, a fag, a pussy, you may have doubled down and fought to prove you were none of those things. Look at the names that you and others were called. Most of them have to do with being girls or being gay. You were taught to fear two things: that you are not manly enough, or that you might be considered a homosexual. Homophobia, which means a fear of people who are gay or being taken as being gay, is a fear that many men and boys carry with them throughout their whole lives. Homophobia promotes violence against gay men and against gay women as you prove your manliness by attacking others. Besides fighting, you might have been passed over by girls, left out of activities, teased or picked on if you tried to step out of that ridiculous, impossible box. Adults push you to be tough, and they start that crap pretty early. Most boys begin being treated differently with expectations about being a man by age 4 or 5. Most are told to act like a man, don't cry, don't be scared, don't be a sissy. Besides emotional and physical forms of abuse by adults, 1 out of every 5 or 6 children is sexually assaulted. Now that means it's between 16 and 20% of all children. That is amazing, and it is incredibly sad. Often physical, verbal, and sexual abuse continues for years. Of course, it used to be that it wasn't safe to talk about any of this for men or women, boys or girls. It still may not seem safe. When it comes to men, which is the focus of today, think about what makes it hard to talk about abuse and makes it hard to get help. I feel it is once again necessary to say that none of this is an excuse for sexual abuse. It is my goal, however, to end abuse. This starts with understanding where it begins. Abuse of boys and messages that we give boys about what it is to be a man is merely a factor, a little piece of the whole puzzle. No one is born in this confining little box. It takes years of name-calling, fights, threats, abuse, and fear that gets you in that box. By adolescence, you might have believed that there were only two choices: either be a man or a boy, a winner or a loser, a bully or a wimp, a champ or a chump. Next time, we're going to continue this discussion about what it means for you to act like a man. Until then, please subscribe to this channel. Please feel free to get in touch with me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, or get in touch with me through this channel. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time, be well.